I have been obsessed with Shibas for the better half of my life. I volunteered at all of those Shiba breeder, Shiba fancier, all of those groups. So I got pretty familiar with the breed, but I was still finishing school, doing my doctorate program, and there was no way I could take care of a dog at that point. Me and Michael moved to Washington about 3 years ago, and it was that perfect opportunity, perfect storm to bring home a Shiba. I started looking up ethical breeders in the area, and she had a dog for us. We actually didn't even know which dog we were bringing home in that litter of 5 until the week before we were taking him home. I did a decent amount of hiking on my own, but I wouldn't have said I was an outdoorsy girl or anything like that. Once we brought home Mito, I started enjoying the outdoors because he enjoyed it. He lights up and he's just overexcited when he's outdoors. Seeing him get to experience new things is pretty exciting for me. I look forward to that. I try to make sure that we have these experiences. We set aside time to do that because that's where I find peace these days, seeing him be happy. He was a pretty picky dog. He would not eat his food. And we would free feed, so we'd just leave the food there. Sometimes he would eat it, sometimes he wouldn't. Training him was pretty difficult. He was not a food-motivated puppy by any stretch. Nothing really got his attention. I had done a lot of deep dives into canine nutrition. By the time he came home, we definitely sharpened my knowledge on canine nutrition. So we started feeding raw. He took to it pretty well, I'd say. What I noticed is that he would take organs as treats, but they were still raw. I started looking into dehydrating, portable treats, and that was kind of the first iteration of the bar, where it was just something that he would take that was high value and on the go. My focus for my doctorate was specifically cellular and molecular physiology. I had a pretty strong understanding of proteins, energy, and metabolic processes in humans, and I applied a lot of that knowledge to his food. Humans, when you're out on longer days, your body naturally is going to take a beating. You're going to start having muscle loss, joint deterioration, the same things that happen in dogs. And there's a certain combination of nutrients in humans to jumpstart that regeneration process. I figured, why isn't there a product like that for my dog? I started doing a lot of research, started scouring the market. Literally nothing was addressing it, which was kind of bonkers to me considering that dogs are very much associated with being active. There wasn't actually a huge expectation when we first started. It was really just see what happens, see how people respond to it. I was actually the more realistic one. It would be nice, but business is hard. We'll see where it goes. And Michael was actually the one that was, no, this has potential. And I'm like, how though? And he's like, step aside. I'm gonna handle the infrastructure so we can really grow this.
So I was working as an engineer as my normal full-time job while getting this business up and running off the ground with Martha. I was putting in lots of times on the nights and weekends, just trying to fit in everything we need to do for this business while also having to go to work during the day. The big thing is we make the products ourselves. It's a very labor-intensive process for making these bars. Once we were starting working in the kitchen, it became apparent that there's more help that was needed. I specifically remember I've been thinking about leaving my job after our 3rd month in business. It was something that I'm actually really excited to be doing.
Ryōken is hunting dog in Japanese. We came up with it, inspired by our Shiba, obviously. Shiba dogs were originally bred to hunt game in Japan. In Edo time period, samurais kind of viewed their hunting dogs as their companions. They weren't really like beneath them. They were on par with them. They were their comrades. I wanted that to kind of encapsulate the people we want to reach. It's those owners that don't think of their dog as a pet, but really a family member, their partner, their adventure buddy, all those things. We've kind of adopted that into our business, trying to reach those people that just want to live their lives fully with their dogs. For me, the driving motivator always for the business is our impact. It was always, what good could we do with our business? It wasn't really always about how big can I grow it, how popular can we be? It was just, how much good can we do? And if we're able to impact so many dogs' lives or so many owners' lives with a treat, why not? Again, it was always the why not. That was always a conversation when deciding to grow it more. What would we do with our influence if we were to grow this and have this money of excess? How would we
give back. And it was always in terms of uplifting minority communities, influencing dog owners and giving them representation in outdoor spaces, in dog sport spaces. It was about raising awareness of ways to help your dog live fulfilled lives or environmental impact, sustainability. It was just, our business is always about how can we give back.
I'm sure every owner has done this. They've looked at their dog and absolutely dreaded the day when they can't go on adventures with their dog anymore. If you can give your dog an extra 1 or 2 years of adventures, I think it's an easy thing to do. And if our product can do that and all you need to do is just pack a bar, feed them when you go out, why wouldn't you? For us, this business is all about just maximizing that time you have with your dog because it is limited. So make the most out of it. Every snap of our bars gives you a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Martha Santos,
And I'm Michael Fountain.
and we're the founders of Ryōken Instinct.